Has anyone ever thrown up?
Not on set, in the middle of things.
Oh, it's gonna happen.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? For First We Feast, I'm Sean Evans, and today we deliver you a Hot Ones reunion special brought to you by Alexa Plus, the new Alexa that's easy to talk to, gets more done, and can even help us get through the gauntlet today. And I am thrilled to welcome back to the studio Pete Davidson. He's an actor, writer, and comedian who rose to prominence as one of the youngest cast members in Saturday Night Live history, and now he has a pair of films on the horizon. Catch him starring in the psychological horror film The Home, which is set to release on July 25th, and then catch him starring alongside Eddie Murphy and Keke Palmer in The Pickup, which will be streaming on Amazon August 6th. Pete Davidson, welcome back to the show.
Thanks for having me, Sean.
Pete, what's going through your head as you prepare to take on Hot Ones now for a second time?
I'm a little concerned because I was a lot younger last time, and I don't think your stomach gets better.
You're like an athlete in your physical prime, and now you might have lost a step.
No, for sure. I might need a hyperbaric chamber or something after this.
Diving in.
You gotta eat the whip.
That's what you taught us last time.
Mm-hmm.
Keep Reddit off the case.
Yeah, they're so mean on there. Reddit is not a place for positivity.
So your new film, The Home, is directed by Purge creator and fellow Staten Islander, James DeMonico. Did he do anything to help you navigate this pivot to a more explicitly dramatic role, which is a lot different from the parts that we've seen you in the past?
He kept reminding me, like, this is not a comedy, because I would constantly try and throw in little jokes, because we're working at an old folks home, so I would try to, make people laugh, and he would have to keep cutting. Because if no one's laughing when you're a comic, you're like, this is bad. But I had a really good time, and I love James. I actually met him when I was like 16. I was a busboy at this restaurant in Staten Island called Nucci's. And my boss at the time was like, this is James DeMonico, he's a fellow Staten Islander, and he made The Purge. And I just started doing stand-up, and I went up to him and I was like, Mr. DeMonico, so cool to meet another Staten Island guy. I was like, maybe, I just started doing stand-up. And he goes, well, maybe one day we'll work together. And then like 10, 12 years later, we got to, so it was pretty cool. The wings are thicker this time.
Stepped our game up for you, Pete. Just red carpet treatment,
Oh, this one's a little hot already.
So it was a little over 5 years ago when you stepped into the Hot Ones studio for your OG episode, which has since been viewed more than 18 million times and is regarded as one of the best episodes we've ever done. What's the legacy of the episode been like from your point of view? Like in the rear view, does it ever get brought up to you in the wild?
More than anything I've ever done, which is nice, but also upsetting. Like, the most popular thing that I've ever done has been your show by far. Everyone's always like, hey, you had a really rough time. It was like really fun watching you like in pain.
Most, I feel, would have quit, but not you. And I actually had to stop you by like taking the last dab off the table.
That was really nice of you.
You were always just one more step. Like, I don't think I could have held you back.
No, Uncle Sean took care of me, and it's also a little embarrassing. But you're not allowed to take that last swing. So hopefully we'll make it to the last swing this time. I'm hoping.
Well, I'm not pulling it off the table this time, all right?
Yeah, don't throw in the towel. But that's how Apollo Creed died. That's a good one. You know what's funny? After I did this show, they sent the sort of shower caddy version of all of them. They're still all in the fridge, all unsealed.
Well, you know what?
Except for one.
We're going to add to the collection today because we give you that shower caddy. We kept that tradition going. Reflecting back on your time at Saturday Night Live, do you remember your first ever sketch on TV? What was your mindset like? And then what letter grade would you give to its execution?
My first real sketch, Jim Carrey was hosting. I was so excited because he's Jim Carrey, one of the legends. And we wrote this sketch where it's like a zombie apocalypse. I'm his son. I'm clearly a zombie. He's not. The sketch bombed to high heavens, and it's a long one. Like, it's like 6 minutes.
You're out
and I'm
there,
like,
yeah.
blah, blah, and I'm eating dick. And the only thing that made people laugh, there was like one part where I was supposed to like try to attack Jim, and he hits me with a bat, and that got a pop. And Jim is a comic, so he knows like if that works,
I can go back
So
there.
the rest of the sketch, he just keeps wailing on me with this Nerf bat. And then it started to hurt. So at one point, as a zombie, I went, ah! Like, no more. And it's online if you want to watch a 20-year-old crumble with his idol. Oh boy, there's a tinkly one. Okay.
What stands out as the most heated face-to-face interaction you've ever had with a member of the audience while performing a stand-up set? Like, do you have any harrowing tales about crowd work gone wrong?
I've learned that you can't win if you yell at an audience member, and it makes the whole show awkward, because it's hard to be like, fuck you piece of shit, you suck, and then be like, so my mom and I like. So I've learned to just be like, now I'm like, hey man, I'd really appreciate it if like you like put your phone away, like it's
kind of like you've softened the edges.
Yeah, I'm like you're kind of ruining the show, and it makes me uncomfortable. And then everyone's like, you handled that like really nice. But it was like 12 years like, fuck you. But the best way to do it is just be like nice, and then if they don't listen, you just get them kicked out and you sing the na 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 song. I did that once. That was fun, and the whole crowd sang.
Like a Mets game.
Are you a Mets guy?
You know what? I'm from
New York
Chicago
guy?
originally.
Okay.
So it's hard for me to shake my allegiance to, the Chicago teams, but I've been in New York longer than I've been anywhere else in my life. So I'm starting to kind of, I caught the Knicks fever this season,
Yeah, that was that was sad. No, because the Knicks are the biggest cock tease of a franchise ever. So I knew. I knew.
You knew not to lean in too hard.
Yeah, I knew not to be on 34th Street climbing billboards and stuff and all this. And I just, if you're a Knicks fan, we're gonna fuck it up and ruin it, and we did. I gotta tell you, that Halliburton kid doing this, I'm still
hot about that.
I'm pissed, dude. That hurt. That was
because you relive it again. I'm old enough to remember that Reggie Miller moment.
Oh,
Yeah,
I mean, doing this, I was like, oh man, that sucked. It really hurt this year. Hopefully, and then they fired Tibbs for no reason.
Yeah, tough.
You got to a point where you've never been before. Like last year, they got to, I guess, the conference finals, and then they went to the, so maybe next year we go.
Right.
That's
what's always tough. As a sports fan, there becomes a point where I think you reach some sort of level where there's an entitlement that kicks in, when you hit a certain level. So then they're like, oh, we'll have this next guy take us here, but maybe it was this guy is the reason why you're there in the first place.
You know Tibbs' story? He was gonna get married in his early 20s, his college sweetheart, and then he was like, I want to win a championship, and I can't win a championship if I'm married and have to focus on a family. So he's just solo dolo out there, all about basketball.
A lifelong commitment to the craft, right?
Yeah, to the craft. Maybe get married. But how do you get rid of that guy? These are gonna get bad. Okay. You got it.
Yeah.
Not horrible.
I can tell you've been around hot sauce a little bit more since the last time I saw you.
Yes, I've taken the liberty to try some more spicy stuff.
Was it the influence of this show?
I was just what if I'm out on a date or something and something spicy comes? I can't bitch up like that. You know what I mean?
So not only are you back here on Hot Ones, but it was great to see you just a few months ago make a cameo at the end of Bill Murray's episode.
Yeah.
Is being in the orbit of Bill as surreal an experience from the inside as it is from the outside looking in?
Yeah, he's a unicorn. All that stuff you hear, the Bill Murray legends of him going to McDonald's and taking someone's fries and going, no one will ever believe you. That is Bill. He's just he doesn't act like Bill Murray. You know what I mean? Not that he is Bill Murray, but I was like, let's meet up for a burger. He's like, all right, I'm on the Staten Island ferry. I'm like, what? And he just sent me a picture. He's just like chilling on the ferry, like eating a hot dog, and he's holding like a giant painting that he bought from like his friend. And I'm like, you're fucking Bill Murray. Like he takes the Staten Island ferry.
Being around him, did you glean any wisdom as obviously an icon of comedy and film?
Yeah. He's a total pro, man. Like the movie we did was a tough one because it's an indie, so there's no budget and there's not anything glamorous about it. No one makes money. No one's comfortable. It's strictly like for the art and
Thibodeau mindset.
Yeah, exactly. Nice. That was good. But yeah, he was like, he was kind of captain and kind of like calming me down because we were shooting in like November in Jersey. It was like 10 degrees out and I was freaking out. And he goes, we're doing good work. He's like, you're going to be very happy when you see this later. He goes, this is the hard part. And he just kind of Mr. Miyagi'd me into, behaving better on set. So he's a real pro and he's great in everything he's in. So I had a blast. It's also my dad's favorite actor. So that was like a cool thing. My dad's favorite movie was Stripes. So I got to tell him that, and that was really cool for me. I don't like this one.
Yeah. There's some citrus up front that can kind of lull you into a false sense of security, and then
yes.
Behind it.
Yeah, my butthole just went like this.
I know the feeling.
Yeah. It's gonna be all right.
So I once heard Seth Meyers tell this story about how his first summer at Saturday Night Live, Lorne Michaels suggested that he take tap dancing classes to improve his confidence as a performer.
I don't know how accurate that is, but it sounds like something Lorne would say.
Was there any unique advice or cryptic things that he told you that made sense once you had some distance from it? Like, what did he tell you as somebody who was 20 years old?
I remember he casually was just like, you should get new teeth. He was like, Amy did it, and she looks great. I have a lot of great stories with Lorne. I love that dude. I remember he took me out for sushi once when I was 20, and he took me out to Nobu, and he goes, the sushi gets there, and he's like, do you know how to eat sushi? And obviously I did, but I was just like, no, I don't. And then he goes, oh, well, you take the thing up, you put it, you dip the thing. And I don't know, he's just like, he's a really cute guy. And he also just has a lot of wisdom because he's seen it all, So I always get a kick out of hanging out with him. He always has some one-liners that you don't expect coming. Oh, boy. Uh-oh.
Yeah. And this one kind of like the last one, where
Trojan horse type thing?
Yeah. 100%.
How did Bill not flinch?
It's one of the great mysteries of this studio.
Has anyone ever acted like that? Like, it was crazy.
Every once in a while, like once a season, I think, there's someone who kind of dunks on me on my own show. There's just an episode where I look like the guest struggling.
Who else kind of
To me, more, I remember, was like, do you have anything stronger? Like she was after something stronger.
That's disturbing.
Yeah.
Wow.
Just look at me in the eye. Yeah, so.
That Oscar-nominated confidence right there.
100%. Yeah. Can you give me one pro and one con to owning a decommissioned ferry boat?
Okay. Here's the pro. We have a really good plan. I get to own it with Colin, who's a fellow Staten Islander, and Paul Italia. The Italias run the Stand Comedy Club. I'm sure you've been. And it's fun to like have a dream and like know nothing about, like we didn't know anything about this stuff. And to be honest, like when I bought it, I was like really high. But it was back when I did drugs. And we bid on it. I was like, we should at least bid. But believe it or not, no one else really bid on it. So we won. And it's been fun. We talk to like aquatic engineers and we have conversations with like the seaport and stuff and all these things that we're learning. Maritime law. Con, everyone doesn't believe it'll happen. constantly rags you on it, asks you about it, because they don't understand that, like, it's like as big as the Titanic. It's fucking huge.
Yeah, I've seen pictures.
It's a giant ferry, you know, and it can't move yet. But, you know, that would be the only con, is like Staten Island guys being like, hey, I guess that didn't work out. And it's like, give it a little time. It's only been a couple of years, you know, but it's all been good.
Well, best of luck. It sounds fun, you know, an adventure with your buddies.
It is fun. If it doesn't start working, it will not be fun. But as of now, I'm enjoying it.
Okay, Pete, before we move on to the next sauce, let's check in with the new and improved Alexa Plus on some ways that we can bounce back from the wings of death today. Alexa, I'm with Pete Davidson. He's 3 wings away from completing Hot Ones. Can you give him some practical measures to help him recover once he leaves the studio today?
Pete, here's your post-gauntlet recovery plan. Sip on water with honey to soothe your mouth. Stick to the brat diet, bananas, rice, applesauce, and toast to ease your stomach. And remember, if things get too hot, a cool shower might help more than you think.
What do you do for a spicy, flaming butthole?
For spicy discomfort, try a cool sitz bath or apply a soothing cream. Drinking plenty of water and eating mild foods can also help. If it's severe, consult a doctor.
Can you give us some words of encouragement or motivation before we dig in here?
All right, team, remember, the spicier the challenge, the sweeter the victory. You've got this. Embrace the heat. You're about to create some seriously spicy memories.
Wow. I'm gonna cry. Is Pete Davidson gonna be okay?
Life's full of ups and downs for everyone. Pete, you've been a brand new man lately, focusing on work and staying positive. Remember, life's all about taking things one spicy bite at a time.
A simple yes would have been fine. Okay, bye.
All right, goodbye.
Okay, is this the bomb?
This is the bomb.
Fuck. Not cool. I hate this one.
But you knew it was coming.
I remember this one. It hurts already.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, sweet Lord.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Is there anyone in the world that actually likes this?
No, you know, I've been doing this show for a long time.
Yeah.
I've never met anyone.
Like, there's no one at home that's like making the bomb wings for football.
And can you imagine Demi Moore ate this and said, do you have anything hotter? There's that tear. That's what I love. That's what I miss. I'm taken right back. So, I'm not asking you to make any proclamations that you can't edit later, but in this moment, who in your opinion is the greatest Staten Island MC?
Oh my God, Method Man. Method Man by far, because he's still doing it and still at the top of his game. It's very impressive.
Is there a Staten Island institution that you're most proud to have worked into a scene on your semi-autobiographical series, Bupkis?
So it's not there anymore. But there's one scene where we shot. It used to be the Looney Bin Comedy Club. Now it's gone, but we turned it into a jewelry store. And we shot in the same place where I did my first stand-up ever. And it was really cool. Wow.
Pound for pound, where can you find the best chicken cutlets in Staten Island?
Oh, wow. I guess Royal Crown kind of has everything. Have you heard of Royal Crown?
No, put me on game.
Royal Crown has like the best sandwiches and all sort of a all-around experience. Campania's a great restaurant, as is Danino's. We filmed King of Staten Island at Danino's. And I think there's like a pizza place that Vinny from the Jersey Shore's mom owns by the movie theater. Wow, that sucks, dude. If I ever have to cry in a movie, I should just
Use this as kind of a performance enhancer.
Better than any tear stick or thinking about your childhood. You know? Oh my God, definitely gonna throw up at some point. Has anyone ever thrown up?
Not on set in the middle of things.
Oh, it's gonna happen. Huh.
No, I know that you're in the middle of this years-long tattoo removal process. What was the most painful tattoo to put on, and what has so far been the most painful coming off?
I've never admitted this because it's so humiliating. But when I was like 20 at a comedy club, it might have been the Knitting Factory, when Hannibal Buress used to run it. And I did like a set, I was like 19 or 20, and Chappelle was in the corner, and this is before he was back. So, seeing him was like crazy, like what the fuck? And I got off stage, and he was like, I watched your whole set, it was really good. And I was like, oh, thanks. I was like, you know, how do you keep coming up with new stuff? I'm working on new stuff, I don't, you know, it's like difficult. And he goes, jokes come and go, but swag is forever. And guess who got that tattooed on his chest? And I covered it with Jaws, because I needed something huge and to black it out. I just put a giant shark over it. That's pretty bad, dude. But he was like my idol, you know, he still is, but that's so dumb. You know, I could have just told people he said that to me. Also, when you see that, you think I thought of it.
Yeah, right.
It didn't
You're
sound
putting
like
your own mantra.
I didn't put Dash Chappelle. It just said.
You didn't attribute the quote?
Also, I could have got it like this big. It was my whole chest. It was horrible.
I'm not pulling it off the table. It is up to you, but you do not have to if you don't want to.
No, I'll do. I kind of just took bites of the last one. I'm gonna do a bite of this one just because, like, yeah. My buddy Machine Gun Kelly said he invented the last dab.
He's right about
that. True?
That's true, yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so you have him to thank for this moment.
Thank you. Yeah, I like hit him up. I was like, hey, I'm gonna go do house. He's like, oh, cool. Sean's the man. He's like, I invented the last dab. It's for Tibbs.
To Tibbs.
To Tibbs. Oh, man.
But with that,
No!
Pete, you have now defeated the Hot Ones Gauntlet not once, but twice. I'm curious how you distilled the experience of doing it a second time. Do you think it was easier this time around than it was the last time? And is there any chance that we can get you back in here 5 years from now?
Oh, yeah. We're gonna do a trilogy for sure. It was a little easier this time, the first like 7 or 8, but once we got to the bomb, it brought me back to that PTSD from that last one. But you run a great show and you're really fun to hang out with, so I'll always come back.
Well, the door is always open. Look at you, taking on the wings of death, living to tell the tale. Now there's nothing left to do but roll out the red carpet for you. This camera, this camera, this camera, let the people know what you have going on in your life.
Okay, guys, The Home comes out on July 25th in theaters. Also, August 6th on Amazon. Me and Eddie Murphy have a movie. Eddie Murphy and I have a movie called The Pickup with Keke Palmer. It comes out. Tim Story directed. It's very fun. Thank you. Thank you. I'm gonna go throw up now.
How's the stomach, man?
It hurts.
Yeah, that was a lot of milk.
Yeah, a lot.